Hello, my nasties. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another studio vlog. Another busy day in the studio / apartment. When are we not busy? But today I am attempting to pare things down just a little bit. I am focusing on two things and two things only, at least right now. At the time that I'm sitting down for this intro, I am choosing to focus my day on two things. What are those two things? Patreon and Rococo A Go-Go goodness. So here's the deal. I have fallen grotesquely behind on my Rococo A Go-Go. I will call them auxiliary products, I suppose, my Rococo A Go-Go collection. One thing that I'm wanting to move forward with is each time I release a coloring book, if I'm drawn to certain images, certain line art, certain pages that are in the coloring book, I want to take those images and expand upon that release by releasing either art prints or stickers or some combination thereof. And so with Rococo A Go-Go, first of all, I realize that I'm beating myself up unnecessarily over this. I have a couple of different tiers over on my Patreon. One is a painless, unobtrusive, just people who don't want to interact. They simply want to throw a couple bucks at me every month. They can do that to support the shenanigans. And then every once in a while, if they are interested in participating in polls, they are welcome to. If they are interested in partaking and or downloading the tier-wide rewards, because every once in a while I release rewards for all tiers, they are free to do so. If not, they can be completely hands-off. Then I have another tier, which is my Color Fiend tier, which all of you weirdos, you know I love you. They receive monthly coloring pages, and then each time that I release a new coloring book, they receive a special little goodie. Now, because of unforeseen circumstances, I have been severely delayed with my suppliers, my printers, and all of the things, all of the people that I require to make this machine work, right? The people who print my stickers, there have been delays. And then on top of that, the people who produce my postcards, and then the other printer that produces my art prints. It's just been one thing on top of another. You know how that happens. When one thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong, and you just have to wait for that wheel of fortune to turn again, right? And so I've fallen a little bit behind, well, grotesquely behind, let's be honest. I'm at least a month behind on getting that Patreon reward out there. So I need to focus on finalizing that. And then there are 3 pieces of line art in Rococo A Go-Go that I am choosing to create stickers for. So I need to finalize the artwork for those stickers, which you will be seeing in this video. And I love this new direction that I'm going in with each release. Over on Redbubble, by the way, I have a Rococo A Go-Go collection. If you enjoy the cover art, because I have to say that Rococo A Go-Go cover art, I think is my favorite book cover art to date. I think that one, it's tied for that one and Belle Pipistrelle, I think, are my 2 favorite book covers. That may change in the future because, hi, hello, how are you? Have we met? I have a tendency to change my mind. But anyway, I created that collection on Redbubble, which is available now if you'd like to pick it up. You know, tote bags, journals, all of those good merchy type products. And when I created those products, I thought, you know what? I can't just leave it at the cover. There are other pages in this book that I would like to expand upon and see as either prints or stickers. So that's what we're doing today. We're working on weird cut alert, I got a phone call. But anyhow, so that is what I'm going to be working on today. Patreon rewards for Rococo A Go-Go. I have other Patreon artwork that is going to be, it's going to be available for patrons at all tiers. And there's I'll just say it because it's going to be too difficult for me to try to explain without showing you, but it's a paper doll. I'm working on a paper doll and I'll talk about it later, but the paper doll is going to be available for patrons at all tiers, and then I'm also going to have a paper doll that is available for non-patrons. So it's patrons and non-patrons. So a ton of Patreon work today basically is what I'm going to be doing. And then I'm going to be working on, I'm just going to say it because with all of the delays that I had to deal with Rococo A Go-Go, now the book was released on time, but it's all of the auxiliary products that have been, you know, delayed, and because of this and because of that, I've decided to go ahead and get a jump start on my next coloring book. Now, don't get excited. Don't get excited. Don't get excited. Some of you may be not excited. You might actually be the complete opposite of excited, thinking, what the hell? You just released Rococo, and now you're slapping another book on us? No. I'm not one of those people who throws a haphazard book at you every month. That is not me. I'm not going to throw 15 books at you every 2 weeks. No, but I'm getting a head start because this is a book that was scheduled for release this year, and it's still going to be released this year. But number one, I want to get ahead of any potential roadblocks and bumps in the road, and I'm really excited about this book. And it's also probably going to be a little thick. Don't get excited. It's not going to be 100 pages thick. It's not going to be 100 different illustrations. But typically my books are 25 is a comfortable number for me. But I think this one is going to be closer to 30, maybe a little bit more, a little 35. I don't know. It's going to be more work, basically. And I have a feeling that the line art is going to require a little bit of finagling in the digital stage. But we'll talk about it later. We'll discuss that book later. We're talking 4 months down the road. Okay, so this is not coming anytime soon. But that is where my mind is today. All Patreon and Rococo a go-go and the new book. All right, so let's get on with the day. Am I going to package orders today? Maybe. We'll see. Let's get on with it. Ooh, what is she doing? What is she doing? Paper dolls. Paper dolls, plural, because me doing the most, can't leave well enough alone. One paper doll was simply not enough. I already knew. Being as obsessed with clothing as I am, I thought, you know what? I can already feel it bubbling in my gut. Down the line, I'm going to be working on this doll and I'm going to be itching to do another pose or another outfit. But when you make a paper doll, it's traditionally supposed to be one style of doll. She's stationary in that pose and you just continue to design outfits. Well, I thought, no. My spooklet cannot be by herself, so we're going to do spooklets plural. My Patreon patrons will be receiving 2 paper dolls, 2 different girls, similar body types, not quite, but for the most part similar. Different faces, different poses, different outfits. Yeah, so you get 2. So each time that I upload an outfit, each girl is going to get an outfit. And what I'm going to do, and I hadn't anticipated this until I started working on this. And this is one of these things where, as much as I like to say, oh, I'm a planner, I'm a this and I'm a that, and let this be a lesson for you as well, that you can plan to do something all you want, but once you actually dive into the muck and the mire, fresh ideas start to spring forward. So I had an idea initially. I'm going to surprise my patrons by making 1 doll, and then I will upload outfits whenever I feel like it, just as an extra little perk for Patreon patrons. And when I started working, that's when I thought, no, I gotta do 2 dolls. I gotta do 2 dolls. And then as I continued to work, I thought, wouldn't it be freaking cute for me to, at least the first few sets of outfits, to create outfits that coordinate with my coloring book releases. So we are going back in time a little bit, and I'm working on this first set of outfits for these dolls is going to be themed around spooky sweets. Loosely, it's going to be roughly, cupcake skirts, little princess accessories, that sort of thing. But that's what I'm going to do. So moving forward, they won't always be themed to my books, but I like where I landed on that idea, so that's what we're going to do. Now, in terms of the paper doll availability, these are going to be available to patrons at all tiers. So I wanted to throw in a little something for my patrons who are not at the Color Fiend tier. The Color Fiends are the tier who gets the exclusive coloring pages. Sometimes I release 1, sometimes I release 2, and sometimes I go nuts and I release more than that. That's very rare though, so please don't depend on that. If you are going to become a patron at the Color Fiend tier, I don't always release more than 1 page. Sometimes, but not always, so please, just Color Fiends get exclusive line art. Patrons at all tiers receive the paper doll. So far, so good. I'm excited about where they're going. They are looking cute so far. Omitted all of the dirty work, well, it's not that this is the dirty work, the part that's coming up here, but I put the pencil lines into my program. We created the line art, and now we're getting down to the dirty work. Is this actually going to work? I did a really rough assembly on one of the girls, just with cheapo, just run-of-the-mill computer paper, and so far so good. So fingers crossed. Patrons, I hope you're looking forward to them because they are coming very soon. Switching gears to non-Patreon related work, because for those of you who are not Patreon patrons and don't care to be Patreon patrons, but you want some merch, here's the latest release, which is the Rococo A Go-Go line of merchandise. Now you can either bookmark my Redbubble, or you can, whenever you feel like it, simply go to my website and there will be a link to my Redbubble there. So I released the full line of products. Now I just want to toss in a quick disclaimer, because I have been asked this in the past, where people go to my Redbubble shop and they are looking for certain items, because if you are unfamiliar with Redbubble, they produce a plethora of products with your designs on them, but I curate the items that my artwork is on. So for instance, I don't release clothing or aprons, clocks, coasters, that sort of thing with this brand, with my personal brand, because I feel it simply does not fit. So what I have are mugs, tote bags, stationery goods, and what else? Posters. So it's all going to be stationery and a few home goods, pillows, mugs, tote bags, accessories, and stationery. Oh, and tech accessories. So it's very limited. So you're not going to find everything, but I do try to be consistent across all of my product releases, all of the different themes. So if you like the Rococo A Go-Go artwork and you would like a tote bag in that one, but if you want a journal in another design, the journal will be available across the other design as well. So I release all of the same products across different collections. Now, if the artwork doesn't fit on that particular product, I omit it, but for the most part, all of the same products can be found across the different collections. So just keep that in mind, trying to keep things consistent and easy, but if you see something you like, go shop on the Redbubble. Ooh, your girl was busy. I told you I was a busy little animal today. So on the topic of Rococo, but taking it out of Redbubble, you are getting the peek at the Rococo A Go-Go stickers that are going to be released. I am not going to set a deadline on these because there is still a lot of things that need to happen before I can get around to releasing these. But here they are, colored. They are going to be die cut stickers with a colored background, but just so you can see them, funky colors, very Rococo A Go-Go, just so on theme. They're adorable. It's going to be a while until they are released, but they are coming. Busy girl, busy girl. This is the final task of the day, or at least the final task that I'm going to be recording and putting into a vlog. So I am working on a Patreon goal reward. Periodically, I have reward goals that I send out to all patrons. So I have currently 2 tiers. I have the Love Bite tier, and then I have the Color Fiend tier. Love Bites, they participate in polls, they have a say in some of my YouTube content and all of that, but for the most part, it's for people who just don't want to be involved in Patreon. They simply want to support an artist. So I have that tier, and then I have the Color Fiends. Color Fiends receive monthly coloring pages, coloring exclusives, that sort of thing. But these specifically, these goals are for everyone. So I had set one at 13, everyone received an exclusive sticker, and then I had set another goal at 60, and my numbers right now fluctuate between 54 to 64 patrons at any given time. So I want to be safe and I want to ensure that I pass 60 just by a little bit. So by the time I order the samples for this and I create the embellished mock-ups for myself and all of that, I will hopefully be over 60 patrons, and then that way I will feel safe in releasing this print and mailing it out, because I have to tell you guys, making art prints purchasing envelopes, purchasing stamps and postage, it is very expensive. And so that is why I set up certain goal numbers. And when I reach 60, when I surpass it just a little bit, I will have enough money to be able to produce this reward. And I wanted to wait until I pass 60. That might be confusing because some people don't understand that with Patreon, there are people who will sign up only to get all of the rewards, and then they will cancel in 30 days. This is why, to prevent that, when I release exclusive coloring pages, and this is specifically for the Color Fiend tier, I have the coloring pages available only for 30 days. Now, if you've been a patron for a long time and you miss a page, oh, I'm happy to send it to you. But new people, they come to me because they expect to be able to sign up under that tier and then go back and retroactively download a year and a half's worth of coloring pages. No, that's not fair to my long haul patrons and to those who are dedicated to my Patreon page. So that's why I do it. And that's why I want to make sure that somebody isn't just jumping on to collect this reward and then go away. You know, I got to keep things sacred for my Patreon patrons. So that's what's going on with that. We'll talk more about it on Patreon. For now, let's get on with the vlog. I hope you like this print. I think she's very cute, very on brand. Purple, green, pink, baddie, funky. Woo! Oh, I love it. It's cute. Can't wait to see the samples. Hello. Welcome to the outro. I'm sitting very strangely today. It feels better on my back to fit this way. To sit this way on the chair. I don't know. I feel as though sitting in chairs incorrectly is better for my posture. I'm a strange creature if you haven't gathered. But I am done with the day. My hair's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. It looks pretty much as it did when I filmed the intro, you know, which feels like 10 hours ago, but it was really like a couple minutes ago. I'm heading out to meet my friend / friends. I don't know who's going today. I don't know who I'm going to run into today, but I am heading out to the local tiki bar. If you follow me on Cat Eyes and Cacti, either my YouTube channel or my Instagram page, if you don't, what are you doing? If you're interested in mid-century modern tiki, my life in Palm Springs, then follow me on Cat Eyes and Cacti. You don't have to if you don't want to. If you don't care about any of that, don't follow me. But I am in, my bralette, excuse me. As if I have anything to show, but you know, that ruins the lines. It ruins the lines. I am involved in a year-long, I hesitate to call it a drinking competition. It is not a drinking competition. It is a cocktail challenge. You guys know I love my tiki. I love kitsch, the Palm Springs way, you know. And this cocktail challenge is a year-long challenge to drink 78 cocktails off of an extremely specific and exhaustive, might I add, list. You have an entire year to do it, so it is not a guzzle struggle. It's not a throw them back because, listen, I am a monster. Yes, this is true. I am the harpy, okay? But I'm also a lady. I'm classy. I don't drink. I don't get sloppy drunk, okay? I don't swear like a sailor. I don't do those things. Which is interesting because I'm drinking rum, right? Which is a sailor's drink. Not a fan of rum, but I love tiki, so when in Rome, you gotta do it. So anyway, I am going out to meet these dodo brains, these beloved dodo brains of mine, because we are involved in this goofy competition. And what I do, if you follow me on either of my Cat Eyes and Cacti accounts, you know that each week when I participate in this goofy challenge, I take one of my little tikis with me. I make these, I videotape some of them over on videotape. Why did I say videotape? My God, this girl is trapped in the 70s. I record, I film, but film is obsolete now, right? So why do we still use that term? Anyway, I take one of these with me each week that I go to the bar. We take selfies with it, and I post it just to mark another week of checking off these stupid lists off this drink. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the vlog. Can you tell I'm so excited to go out today? No, I am. I'm just, this stupid competition. But I have a Napoleon complex. I'm 5'2". What are you gonna do? I'm in it to win it, baby. I don't give up. If I'm in it, I'm in it. So I hope that you enjoyed the vlog. Let me know down below if you have any questions, comments. If you're in the mood to bitch about anything, please go ahead. Be bad, be good. I do not give a damn which. Just try to come back in one piece. All right, as always, take a look down below. Everything you need to know will be down below. To everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.